Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome everyone to Arts Cousin in Between. I am your host, Eileen, aka Eileen Little Crafter. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Whether it's a heart, a star, a thumbs up, lets me know that I'm doing a good job, and I appreciate your feedback. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for listening to last week's podcast. I got some news. Oh my goodness, you guys. So apparently, it's more condition pricing and things that politically that I agree with and disagree with. So it's a kind of a bit of a long one. So I'm going to try and keep the topics separate as possible. Again, these are just my thoughts, my opinions. And you are free to agree to disagree. And so let's get into it. Alrighty, so as you guys know, congestion pricing has been the hot topic here in New York. And some of us are for it and some of us are against it. There was a lot of hearings, there was a lot of proposals, and there was a lot of things that people wish, congestion pricing could help. Maybe free busing was one of them. Maybe lower down the pricing of actual taking the subway and the busing. But none of that is going to be happening. So, because it's been ex-nayed. Don't know for how long, but we shall see. And, okay, so my first thought is, I'm going to be honest with you. I am happy. I think that this should never have been a thing. I think that the MTA really needs to think about, clearing the way for maybe outside sources to, check their books and maybe check their systems. That's just me. I don't know if that could be done or should that be done. But I do feel that there are and has been a huge mismanagement of the MTA in general. And we need to fix it because it just is bleeding over. It's bleeding everywhere over New York, and it's making people upset and angry. And on top of that, we are now experiencing a rampant of multiple crimes on the subway system. I kind of feel like it is the 80s, but a little worse. And we need to figure out a way how to do this. I do not think that waiting on trains with cameras is going to work. Unfortunately, my thing of police on the train and on the track, some people will agree, some people will not disagree. It may also lead to other problems because, everyone is worried or scared that they're going to be profiled in a negative light. So, racism is a huge, huge problem here. It's huge everywhere, but I could only speak for where I know of. But I do know that it is a huge problem around the States. But anyways, so, and there are officers that, let's be honest with you, I don't think know the law the way they're supposed to know. But, hey, that's just me. Agree to disagree. I know that they do their jobs. I know that they try to be fair and dutiful, and some of them, not all of them. I can't say that, because I have met some great officers, and I have met some officers that I'm like, yeah, okay, you really need to go back to the academy. But anyways, that is not the topic that we are discussing today. So, back to congestion pricing. So congestion pricing was this huge, big plan that everyone wanted to have a say in. Everybody wanted a piece of the pie. Everybody wanted to put their input. Everybody wanted, it to go a certain way. And in the final hours, it just said, wah, wah, wah. And I'm kind of glad for that, wah, wah, wah. I don't think that this is something that would be great already on the heavily taxed New Yorkers. And again, I stress this so much that when you are a licensed driver, you already have to pay a road tax. I don't understand why I have to pay for the MTA, a service that honestly I don't like using anymore. It is unreliable, not safe. And I wish there was a way that we can put in the money without having, I don't know. Anyways, I am sorry that it, for those people who were hoping for it, to better the MTA system, but at the same time, it's going to hurt businesses all over New York. It's not just Manhattan. It's going to hurt all the 5 boroughs in so many different ways. And it's going to hurt Jersey. It's going to hurt everybody that's coming in to New York. And, let's just be real. When the pandemic hit, we are still not. Everybody thinks, oh, New York is back, New York is back. No, we're not. We're not. And programs that need to be put in place, such as better housing, low-income housing, mental health facilities are still not in place. And it boggles my mind that people know that these things need to be put into place to help other human beings, but yet, now all of a sudden there's no money. So it's just, yeah. So here is the story. The story is basically that Governor Hochul finally was thinking about how New Yorkers really haven't recovered, especially the mom and pop stores in Little Italy and Chinatown have not fully recovered from the pandemic. And this would basically hurt the communities, which is the truth. It will hurt the communities extremely. And these are communities that have been here for forever, ever. Even before, I kind of feel like there was this Manhattan, like these communities were here. They were here. So she finally, I guess, heard that. And then on top of that, the political blowback is that we would lose the votes in the upcoming House. There is a government official in Brooklyn. I can't remember if he's a congressman, senator, whatever. I think he's going to be running to be Speaker of the House, and I wish him the best of luck. I think that he finally reached out to her and said, hey, this is going to be, and I'm sure other elective Democratic officials have reached out to her and say, hey, I don't think that this is a really good idea. I know that a lot of governors have stated to her, like, hey, this is not a good idea because people from our districts, our part of the neck of the woods are basically coming into your city and providing good quality services, and this is going to hurt you in the long run, which is the truth. It is a shame that she in the beginning did not see this and just said no. It already passed up in Albany, and I don't know if the MTA is going to be like, well, it already passed, so I'm hoping and praying it doesn't come to that, because that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, well, if it passed in Albany, does the governor still have the right to say? And I'm hoping and praying that she does. But the other point of it towards the end, which was briefly mentioned, which kind of made me sick to my stomach, was that she also then stated that maybe a business tax could subsidize the congestion pricing. And I'm like, open mouth, insert foot. You do realize that within another half a year, maybe even sooner, there's a possibility of another fare hike. So, yeah. So how is congestion pricing going to help? I thought that was supposed to be, something you guys were working out. I know that the MTA really did their best to try and look good in the media by having this big, massive, oh, you may qualify for low fare. Oh, do you want a job? Come work for us at the MTA. And again, I'm glad that they did that, but at the same time, I'm just shaking my head and I guess I'm the cynical side of me is like, yeah, you're just trying to look good in front of the cameras and you're saying, oh, condition pricing can even do more. We can do even better. And then the other thing is that now station managers can hear complaints from riders in certain subway stations and during certain hours. That is another thing that they did to try and look good in front of the public. I also recently heard, which is crazy, that we are also now probably within another couple of years or maybe next year, I don't know when, but we are also going to be getting a new public, no, not new public, sorry, my apologies, coffee kick in, a new MTA president, who, congratulations, by the way, who was a railman, basically the ones that help fix the extra tracks, and probably, I don't know if it's the same thing because I don't know the certain jobs, possibly maybe helps clean them. Again, I don't know what a railman does, but I know that he worked from the bottom, he said, all the way to the top, and congrats, man, that is awesome, you deserve it, and much more. And I hope that this is a smooth transition because you're gonna need a lot of help. It is absolutely a massive undertaking. So, oof, yeah. So I'm guessing he's a fellow New Yorker, so he already knows what it's like. So hopefully, maybe we'll see some more positive changes in the future. But I'm hoping and praying that congestion pricing is not on the table and will not be on the table anytime soon. So that is everything in a nutshell about congestion pricing. Again, that is also my opinion. The other political blowback was apparently a transit group, who, supports the passengers, basically told on X Governor Hochul that she's giving in to Trump's whims. I don't agree with that. I think that she and everybody else here in New York basically is like, shut up. Just shut up. You're 40 now. That's one. And two, he just basically is looking out for his constituents and his building and his pocket at the end of the day, because I'm sure he still goes back and forth, or his family members go back and forth from Trump Towers. So yeah, I'm like, no, he's only looking for one, he's only looking out for himself, and two, any type of publicity is good publicity on his end. So I highly recommend that you think before you tweet these outrageous accusations, because let's just be real, he doesn't care about New York. He really doesn't. If he did, he would, while he was president, he would have done so much better, given us a lot more help. But he didn't. He, basically talked bad about, the state that he lived in and worked in. So I really don't think that any one of us and any public official is a fan of his, unless they're a Republican, which in my opinion, they are. Some of them are forced. I have to agree. I have to believe that they are forced, because you can't just go from, I can't stand him, I don't think he did, without saying that in a nice way, of course. In a nice, polite, political way of saying, I can't stand him, I think this guy is an idiot. Again, just my paraphrasing and my thoughts and opinions. I know I'm reading into things, but, and then to supporting them and saying, oh, we have to stand as a united front. But I've done that a few times, standing with a certain group of people as a united front and thinking, God, do I really have to do this? And thinking to myself, I need a shower after this. But yeah, so, it is what it is. I don't agree that she is giving in to Trump in any way possible. I think that she is hopefully listening to the people somewhat. And I think that she's also giving in to her party, which, at this point, it works in a lot of people's favor. So, yeah, so that is everything. Again, sorry about that. I had just one more thought. And I'm rambling this a little bit. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this here. Tell you guys, thank you so very much for listening. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. And thank you for listening, as always. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.